Hello and welcome. This is day 4 of the 7-day self-love program, and we're going to recap now on day 3. So day 3 was all about feeding your mind, so I hope you really found that useful about finding areas so that you can feed your mind good resources, good pieces of material, books, websites, social media platforms, all the things that you feel are going to impact on you positively, as well as all the journeys from other people and the resources and sources of inspiration for them, the people that you love. So that should have really got you in a good place, along with the hypnosis track about taking your power back as well. So day 4, what's day 4 all about? Well, the one thing I really want to point out here is you can never change anything if you have resistance. So you cannot change, your personality and your weaknesses and your faults. You cannot change your body, your face, whether that's how much weight you have, what your health is. You can never change that if you have resistance. Okay, so if you're like, I don't like the way I am, I don't like the weaknesses I've got, I just want to eliminate them. If you don't love yourself, then you're not going to be able to get rid of them. You're not going to be able to work through them in a natural evolving process. It's going to be more of a battle, and that level of resistance is lots of negative energy going against that, and you're just simply not going to get the kind of outcomes that you're looking for. So this is really important in terms of if you've spent your lifetime trying to manage your weight, if you've had quite a long time with health problems, and you just kind of think you just got to kick yourself up and you just got to force yourself through it, it's not going to work because you're too much against yourself. When we start loving ourselves, the resistance goes away, and then changes can happen. But the thing is, you can't love yourself for the sake of having the outcome. By doing that, you are fixated on the outcome and you automatically build in resistance. So you have to be prepared to love yourself for you and know that that's a great place to be in, and that regardless of what you're like on the outside, on the inside, in your mind, in your emotions, in your personality, that to have that kind of sense of peace is going to be a really good thing, because there's lots of people that achieve certain things. So they might achieve a physical way of being, they might look a certain way, they may have got cosmetic surgery, but essentially they haven't got peace within inside themselves. They may have elevated themselves by doing stuff, but really they haven't got true peace. And that's what we're really looking for, gaining in this self-love program, because when you have peace, then you find it really easy to achieve the things you want to, and you're doing it for a different reason. So you're having your health back in order to enjoy your body, not to go and expend a load of energy on other things. It's all about different priorities. If you're changing your personality, it's not because you're changing it for other people in order to have other friends. It's so that you have grown as a person and you can see greater perspectives and you have evolved into a new being. So that's what that's all about. So what are we going to do today then? So we're going to get rid of all that is negative that you believe about yourself. So we're going to do a task here whereby you write down everything that you believe about yourself that's negative. Now this I did when I was just 16, suffering really badly from depression. Didn't feel that I had support from my family, and definitely wasn't getting anything from my friends. And I just naturally did this process, and I didn't know what was going to come of that. I just was trying to justify why I was such a horrible person. And I have to say, by starting that process off, that was just naturally instinct at that age, I've never ever gone back into that level of depression that was migraine based, completely isolated from people, and a massive disconnect, and had a sense of no hope. And I've never had to go back to that. I really believe it's because of this process that I decided to put in place. So you're going to write down everything that's negative about you, because effectively what you're doing is you're getting it out of the system, out of your body. And by doing that, you've kind of emptied out, you can see it for what it is, and then we're going to get rid of it. So we're going to do that in 2 ways. So write down everything. Now you may get a little bit stuck, or you may be there for hours. You may be there for a long time. If you kind of think you've hit a barrier, just ask yourself why you're negative, or ask yourself, why don't I love myself? Why am I not worthy of loving myself? Why am I, just what's the evidence to say that I shouldn't be loved? And you'll get everything out, and keep asking that a few times. Once you keep hitting a buffer, just ask yourself again, and you'll get some more information, and then you'll kind of really know when you're completely out. And you could have, a page, you could have pages and pages, and they're probably linked. There's probably themes to that. You don't really need to worry about that at this moment in time. And then what you're going to do is, a time when you feel suitable but not too far away from having written that list, you are going to burn and release that list. So it's ideal if you can be outside. If it's a dry night, particularly if the moon is out, you want to release all the negative energy that's in there and let go of anything. And it's also a process that we do in a typical hypnosis process, is around burning all of that and leaving it. So to do this physically is a very powerful sign to your unconscious mind. And if you want to know things that I did many years ago, exploring witchcraft and some of the spells that they did, very much was about burning things and rituals. And the reason why witchcraft worked was because it was very, very strong signals to the unconscious mind, and you took on board that process. And fire is incredibly symbolic of being destructive. So that's what you're going to do. And we've also got a hypnosis track for you as well on being positive and being nice to yourself. So that's really super important. But do the list first, because you really want to get everything out, and then you've got a nice neutral place with which to put in the kind of behavior around being nice and positive to yourself. And then what you're probably going to do is, maybe a day later, maybe the same day, depending on when you've listened to the track, you may even want to do it instantly if you feel inspired to do so, is you're going to want to write a list about you that's your positive aspect. So if you write that list, and you're going to compare that in a later date, I'll give you an idea of when that should be later on in the program, but you want to write a list of some positive aspects about yourself and get as much down as you possibly can. So that's day 4, and I hope you enjoy all of that. Love you to post in the Facebook what your experiences are, what you think of the ritual of burning things, how good that felt, and also what you're thinking of the tracks as well. That'll be super good. And I'll see you on day 5. Bye for now.